As the Clone Wars dragged on, the threats mounting against the Jedi Order began to grow, forcing them to employ less conventional tactics. After the bounty hunter Aurra Sing attempted to assassinate a high-ranking Republic diplomat right at the heart of the Republic, the Jedi Council were furious and wanted the man who hired Aurra dead. Because of this, they sent Jedi Knight Jyl Somtay undercover, pretending to be Aurra Sing in order to track down this mysterious killer. So, let's find out how it went. Before we get into it, make sure you're subscribed for more awesome Star Wars lore content. The story begins on Coruscant, where bounty hunter Aurra Sing has her sniper drawn, waiting as patiently as a spice spider for her target to appear so that she can take the killing shot and collect her reward. Aurra is getting quite tired waiting for the Republic diplomat to appear, but she reminds herself that she must remain patient and only strike when the moment is absolutely right. Only moments later, Aurra Sing is very pleased to see the man she's been waiting for through her scope. She spots Ambassador Yong Delore and is brimming with excitement, ready to squeeze the trigger and end his life in an instant. Unfortunately for her, however, she soon catches the attention of a nearby Jedi who calls out to her and warns her that it's over and that this time she is the target. The Jedi Knight then announces herself as Jyl Somtay and is not very pleased to meet Aurra Sing. Jyl Somtay then slices the barrel of Aurra Sing's weapon, causing her to shout out in anger because that rifle cost her quite a bit. Jyl responds to this by saying, "It's going to cost you your freedom," but Aurra isn't having it and pulls out a blade, ready to go head to head with the Jedi Knight. Unfortunately for Aurra Sing, Somtay's reflexes in the Force are far too quick for Sing, and she's able to steal the blade right out of her hands and knock her cleanly to the ground with a single punch to the head. As Jyl Somtay takes down Aurra, she notices a very suspicious substance on the blade. Thankfully, she won't have to find out what type of exotic poison is on it at this stage, because she's not going to let herself be cut by it. Following this, the Jedi Knight demands that Aurra Sing reveal who hired her to assassinate the Republic diplomat, but she refuses to answer. This leads Jyl to use a Jedi mind trick on the assassin, and she believes that it is starting to work, but Aurra Sing is just trolling her, pretending that her mind is being looked into, but it's all an act. Aurra is not weak-minded enough for it to work on her, and she manages to resist the mind trick. Following this, Jyl Somtay is called away by the diplomat and his assistant, who both thank her greatly for saving their lives. The assistant says that he is easily replaceable, but the diplomat on the other hand cannot be replaced. The diplomat himself doesn't like the flattery, but thanks the Jedi for her great work either way, and asks, "Who do you think hired her?" All the Jedi can respond with is, "I don't know, sir, but until we find out, the attempts on your life will continue." So tell me down below who you think the man is that ordered the hit on this poor diplomat. Do you think that it was just another bounty hunter like Cad Bane or someone in that league? Or do you think it was someone far more sinister like Count Dooku or maybe even Darth Sidious himself? Tell me down below. Following this, we cut straight to a dressing room in the Jedi Temple where Jyl Somtay is getting into character as Aurra Sing. She is being put up to this mission by Mace Windu, who will monitor her in her quest to uncover who ordered the hit. Windu asks if she needs any assistance with the mission, but Jyl simply tells him that she's decided the best way to lure rats out of hiding is to offer them a little cheese. After this, she stands up and shows Windu the costume, to which the Master says that it is an excellent match, looks-wise, but she may be putting herself in tremendous danger. Jyl Somtay tells Master Windu that with the real Aurra Sing in custody, she won't have to worry about a single thing. That is until the idiotic droids in charge of holding Aurra Sing allow her to escape, sending her rushing through the alleyways of Coruscant's darkest, lowest levels. And again, this seems very similar to the whole Obi-Wan and Rhaegar Hardeen situation, where the Jedi Council, and Mace Windu in particular, are sending a member of their order undercover, pretending to be someone else. They even go as far as giving them full prosthetics. For an order that is supposed to be sworn against lies and deception, this is probably not the best thing to do, even if it is for a great cause, like hunting down a murderer. This is just one more step on the Jedi's fall throughout the Clone Wars, and once again, Mace Windu is leading the deception charge for what he believes is a good cause. This is exactly the type of behavior Palpatine preyed on to aid the Jedi in their own fall. He knew it was against their code, and he just let it happen because it aided him in his quest. So tell me down in the comments if you think the Jedi are right to keep doing this, even when there are large stakes at hand, or do you think they are completely wrong? As the real Aurra Sing escapes, Jyl Somtay travels down to the depths of Coruscant's lowest levels to a very dodgy cantina, where the owner has recently been arrested for selling the same poison that was on Aurra Sing's blade. Because of this connection, this is currently her only lead to find out who ordered the hit on the diplomat. Immediately after entering the cantina, Jyl announces that she has come to collect her payment. The patrons of the bar immediately start heckling the fake Aurra Sing and asking her to come and sit down with them to tell them how the hit went, but one of the patrons then sheepishly tells the fake Aurra Sing that the agreement was that the funds would be transmitted only when the job was completed. Jyl then angrily snaps back at the large guy and says she's changed her mind and now wants the payment in advance in cold hard credits. Unfortunately, the guy who she's dealing with here is not the person who ordered the hit, so he says that he needs to get authorization from the big man above him. Jyl offers to speak to this big man, but before she gets the chance, the real Aurra Sing storms in and comes face to face with her imposter. She's incredibly impressed with the disguise, so much so that she wonders if Jyl is a shape-shifting Clawdite. Jyl then calls out the real Aurra Sing, calling her a fake, and wants to fight, which the real Aurra Sing is very ready to do. The two ladies then get into a massive bar fight, rolling over the floor of the cantina and breaking chairs, tables, and anything else they can find over each other's bodies. The two eventually lock blades, but Jyl Somtay is able to get the upper hand on the real Aurra Sing once again, knocking her unconscious and dragging her body out of the way. She also happens to drop her lightsaber onto the ground, shocking the other two in the cantina. Jyl manages to play this off by saying, "This lightsaber will make a nice addition to my collection," pretending that the other Aurra dropped it. Very nice little throwback to General Grievous there. Eventually, the fake Aurra Sing drags the big guy from the bar over, and he finally shows her who his real client is. Surprisingly, it was the assistant all along who wanted to replace the diplomat in his position. The angered assistant shouts and slams his desk, telling the fake Aurra Sing that he deserves to be the diplomat in Coruscant making the big money and the nice life, instead of being a lowly assistant. He wanted to have his superior assassinated and then blame it on the separatists so that he would be able to rocket himself up the chain and get the position of diplomat with ease. He wanted the big position and the big life without any of the work required. Jyl Somtay immediately tries to arrest the idiotic assistant, but the man pulls out a spear and tries to lunge it into the Jedi Knight, obviously with no success. She then immediately pulls her blue lightsaber out and slashes his measly weapon in half, finally placing him under arrest, as well as the middleman from the cantina, who serves as the go-between. After successfully getting the two under control and sending them off to Coruscant's prison, she returns to the Jedi Council and is praised by Mace Windu for her fantastic efforts in tracking down the true hitman behind the crime. Windu is impressed at her unconventional approach and notes that it was very effective, and without it, the job probably wouldn't have gotten done. Jyl Somtay then thanks Master Windu and jokes to him, "Thank you, Master Windu. It wasn't difficult once I learned how to face the situation," leaving a massive smirk on Mace Windu's face as Jyl looks at her fake Aurra Sing mask for one final time. So that was the Jedi Knight who pretended to be Aurra Sing and used that identity to capture a hitman who wanted to kill a Republic diplomat, and it turned out to be his closest ally. A very sad story when you think about it. So tell me down below, who did you think it was that ordered the hit before you heard the conclusion? Originally I thought it was going to be Dooku or Palpatine, but it really hits hard knowing that it was the assistant. Thanks so much for watching, really hope you enjoyed the video. Also tell me down below if you want me to cover more about Jyl Somtay, as she has some pretty cool stories in some of the other comics and some of the other Clone Wars material. Cheers guys, hope to see you in the next one.